there's a accompanying app that you can download, and you will quote unquote develop the film.
Oh my God.
And it will transfer it to your phone.
It's the greatest thing.
And
You don't have to.
You can watch the contact sheet fill out as it develops in real time,
It's
and
so
it's
awesome.
so cool.
Nostalgia.
I love it.
Worse is better, okay? Worse is better. When are you going to learn that?
We're going to be talking about the Fuji X Half camera that I have right here. I've been playing with it for a few days. I don't know how to feel about it. It's awesome and also weird and also bad in very specific ways. So it is a camera from Fujifilm. It's a new camera. And if you look at the back of the camera, instead of like a screen that's normally landscape when you like line up pictures or whatever, it is a portrait like
orientation.
Thank you. It is a portrait oriented screen. So it's basically for Instagram.
For reference, half frame cameras in the film era were half a 35 millimeter strip of film, and because of that, the aspect ratio was vertical, which is why this is a vertical.
And it was supposed to save you money back in the day because instead of
72.
you would get 72 shots instead of 36. This is a very expensive camera
Yeah, I was
for
gonna
what
ask.
it is.
How much did that cost you?
This was $850.
To be clear, they were going to sell this for $700, and then the tariffs happened.
700 still too much. I think if this was like 500, it'd be a must buy.
Okay, I think you should explain it more.
Wait. Before you do that, can I ask a question specifically about what you just said?
Yeah.
They said out loud this was going to be 700, and now it's
briefing
850.
On the briefing I was on, they said it was like 700, and 700 is the MSRP in other countries.
Okay.
But in the US, it's 850.
So we might get to see when tariffs are not, if they will actually
They
bring
won't
it back
lower
down.
it, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
doubt
but
it.
I just don't think we had a clear thing to point to see if this would happen, and now we do.
Yeah.
Fun fact, this camera has a 1-inch sensor, which
Yeah.
famously means the sensor measures exactly 1 inch diagonally.
It doesn't. It
Wouldn't
does
that
not.
be nice? Wouldn't that be
1.0 type.
Yeah. So this is a digital camera, but the whole point of it is to kind of emulate a film camera. So there's a film camera mode that you can turn this into. You just like set it on where you will not be able to see what you're shooting on the back screen. You have to look through the viewfinder, and it is basically just like a film camera where you take a picture and all you see on the back is a number go from 0 to 1. And then you do that until you fill up, quote unquote, the roll. So you can choose whether you want 36, 72 roll, whatever. So let's say I chose 36. I'll take pictures and all I'll see is the number going up. I will not see a preview of the camera or the picture, anything like that, until there's a accompanying app that you can download, and you will quote unquote develop the film.
Oh my God.
And it will transfer it to your phone.
It's the greatest thing.
And
You don't have to.
You can watch the contact sheet fill out as it develops in real time,
It's
and
so
it's
awesome.
so cool.
Nostalgia.
I love it.
Worse is better, okay? Worse is better. When are you going to learn that?
Well,
You can, Marques, you can take photos with. You don't have to be in that mode. You can.
This is
take
just a
photos.
mode. You could just keep it in digital camera mode, and it acts just like a digital camera. This is just a specific film camera mode.
Show him the paddle.
Paddle.
the film advance lever. There's a film advance
There's
lever.
a film advance lever on the back that switches into the mode. This thing is my number one complaint with this camera so far.
Yeah.
The build quality in general of this camera is very plasticky.
Yeah.
It's very lightweight, which is cool, but Fuji cameras are typically like, they feel hunky, durable. Like
durable.
they're like really good cameras. This is more like an expensive toy.
Yeah.
And I love expensive toys. I buy teenage engineering all the time.
That's right.
So it's right up my alley. But this like lever here, the lever thing, whatever, wherever you
Film
are.
advance lever.
The film advance lever has no ratcheting, no like feedback, no nothing. So it's just like it slides into place, which is like kind of annoying. But I've been having a lot of fun shooting with this thing. It's just, it makes me wonder if, I know David, you had a video years ago about this, about how like smartphone cameras are all about software now. How many years ago? Wait, it might have actually been 6 years ago.
It was not 6 years ago.
Okay, what, like 4 years ago?
It was when the Pixel 6 came out, so it was 4 years ago.
Nice. Okay,
that
so
video.
4 years ago, you had a video about how like cameras are all software now, and this is like taking that in a different direction, which I really find interesting because it's adding features instead of processing the photos in a certain way. You know, like I find that really intriguing, and I wish that Fuji would make another one of these or bring this to their like pro level cameras. because I think that would be so fun. If you have like an X106,
Bring what to the pro level?
the film simulation mode, like all of these things.
They
You
have
don't want
they
that?
have they have film
that's-
simulation modes on the X106.
Wait, how?
Oh, you mean like the
film
transferring
reel.
thing.
Oh,
yeah,
the
with
reel
the
mode?
yeah.
Fun throwback to when cameras were bad. That part.
They were not bad. They were so good.
David has a whole side career off of his film cameras.
Can you talk about the sub LCD?
Yes, that is Andrew's favorite feature.
Yeah.
So on the back, there's the main display, which is, as we mentioned, vertically oriented. But there's a sub-display LCD thing that you can actually... Wait, let me turn it on so like maybe people can see. I'll just put this in B-roll. You can swipe through different film simulations on it. And it shows like the canister. Like it looks like it's the little window that you would get in a film camera.
Yeah.
You see like the little like... Portra or not Portra, Astia, Velvia, like all of those as you swipe through. It's really cool. It's also how you like navigate menus and stuff. It's not super responsive.
What?
It's a little
I think
slow.
it's-
I thought it was
Pretty good.
crazy.
No, when you're swiping through, it's pretty quick. But when you're like tapping through for the menus and stuff, it's a little bit slow.
Yeah.
That part I thought was cool.
Scrolling through the like fake film canister to pick the different filters was really responsive, and I didn't expect it to be because gimmicky stuff like that is usually not really that well built in, but it was really good.
Yeah.
David and I were taking a beautiful walk. Sorry, did I cut you off?
I was just gonna say the one other thing is that film advanced lever, if you push in, is also lets you see the last photo you took. I guess if you're outside of whatever the mode is, but I thought that was a really quick way to check the photo.
That's nice.
That was nice.
I think they should full send it, and since the sensor is so small, I know it's not actually 1 inch, guys. It's very, very small, but it's small enough that you could, in theory, put them on a belt and have the film lever just advance which sensor was like in line with the. Anyway, David and I were taking a beautiful walk through North Brooklyn on a beautiful summer day a week or two ago, maybe. And we were talking about this bad boy, having a conversation about it. And David, you said one of the funniest things I've ever heard you say. Maybe that's an exaggeration because you've said some pretty funny stuff. But
6 months ago.
But we were talking about how this camera, you can't pull raw images off of it. You can only pull compressed images off of it. And how people were complaining about that, even though Fujifilm was kind of known for their breathtaking JPEGs. But you know, I was like, you really don't think like you'd ever want to like pull a raw out of it? You go, Ellis, all of the features in this camera are to make the pictures worse. One of the filters is literally called light leak. You're like, what are you trying to dial in on this thing?
Yeah, that is my take. A lot of people, you can only take JPEGs.
My take on this is
It's fine.
I am in a 1 inch camera period of my life right now.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. I just am really enjoying shooting on like super low dynamic range old 1 inch cameras. Mostly because like the lenses that you can adapt to them are really, really cool.
Yeah.
And if they made this with an interchangeable lens system, oh my God.
Next level.
I'd buy it like so fast.
Yeah.
I'd buy it like so fast.
So my take is that Fuji is trying to respond to the Digicam hype that's been going on for the last year or so. I don't know if you know about this.
Is this also a throwback retro thing?
Basically, Zoomers are going to... So remember in 2020 when all the Zoomers were buying film cameras? Well, they broke boys because film is expensive as hell. So all the Zoomers now are going to thrift stores and buying like 3 megapixel Samsung digicams from 2003 because it gives you that like vintage bad quality party camera look that everyone wants for social media because the whole thing right now is like anti-perfectionism.
I'm so cool. I don't care about how good the picture is. I'm living in the moment, bro.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. You know, I was in embarrassing age when you ever make enchiladas at home. Anyone here an enchilada maker?
Oh, yeah.
And one of the best, you know, unless you're making it from scratch, one of the best store-bought enchilada sauces money can buy is the El Pato one, and it's the yellow thing that has the big duck on it. And I was an embarrassingly old age when I realized that El Pato is Spanish for the duck, and that is why there's a duck on that big amarillo can. So if you're going to go home and make some enchiladas today and you don't have a food processor and don't want to roast chilies and make the sauce from scratch, I recommend, actually, I'm not going to give them unsolicited sponsorship, but I do recommend you go make some enchiladas. We'll see you next week where we talk about tech.
Dude, El Pato
Like and
sauce.
subscribe also.
Oh, thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Andrew. Like and subscribe with your enchiladas.
The El Pato sauce was elite.